All right, just a friendly reminder. Tomorrow you have 11 through 20. Eric, you don't need to put them in order. Just a friendly reminder. Tomorrow you have 11 through 20 and an outline due. On Wednesday, you have a test, focus, study guide are due. Please make sure you've used your time wisely between now and then. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what do we call a test that looks into your unconscious? What do we call a test that looks into your unconscious? That'd be a whiteboard question, Max. They're going to Eric. What are they, Patrick? Projective tests is the correct answer there. On your whiteboard, what is the name of the gentleman who believes our culture shapes our personality? He was your essay question. His name is on number 2 of your focus, by the way. Good. Now you're getting fancy, Morgan. Did I give you his? Oh, I did give you his name. Okay. So I was like, I don't know if I can come up with it. What is it, Morgan? Hofstede. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when I believe I can make a change in my government? Is it high, low, and what? You need to have 3 words on your board. Good. What is it, Maddie?
You have low powers.
There you go. On your whiteboard. Switzerland would be an example of what type of country, masculine or feminine? Elijah. Why?
Because they don't really have a strong military.
They're kind of passive. No, they're literally the imperfect degree of passiveness. They're neutral and everything. On your whiteboard, please give me another example of a feminine country. What the hell is that? I know. We got a lot of white people countries here. A lot of them are winning a lot of awards right now. Not Guatemala, though. They had their first Olympian in the Winter Olympics this year. Did you see that on the opening?
No, I didn't see that.
It was pretty boss. Did you know that the first American to win gold is 17 years old?
Who is it?
So shame on you, lazy people. You could be an Olympian. Shame.
For snowboarding, it's the Winter Olympics, and we live in
It's no excuse. No excuse. We got people from all over the world. We got the Togo guy, the shirtless dude from whatever country he's from. Yeah, of course.
And the Olympics right now.
On your whiteboard, please tell me, when you look at an ambiguous situation that has splotches on it, what test are you looking at? There's 10 of them total. It's one of the most famous tests. What is it, Avery? The Rorschach Inkblot test. On your whiteboard, please tell me, if I'm using a projective test, what type of psychologist am I? There's 2 names you need to have on your board, 2 titles. If I am using a projective test, there's one of 2. You should have 2 words on your board. Good. Ella!
Psychodynamic and psychoanalytic.
Are you okay today?
I'm sick.
I'm sick too. I'm so sorry, my darling.
I probably got you.
Do you have
sick. I'm sorry.
Spit on you. Gross. Or is it a cold or flu?
Oh wait, I already had the flu, so I don't have that.
So it's a cold?
It's a cold.
So this is why I have a cold?
Yeah.
Because I don't have the flu, I have a cold.
Yeah, I have a cold too. I'm sorry.
Damn it, Ella! You're ruining my damn life. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is it called when I don't want my parents living with me when they're older. Cool. What does it take? Individualism. Give me a country that is collective, stereotypically, of course. Good. What is it, Valentino? India. On your whiteboard, give me 3 masculine countries. Good. What do we got, Kristen? There you go. All right, here we go. Oh, what is it called when you are really, really nice to your interviewee and you make them look better than they should? Ask them very nice, easy questions that make them look good. Fox News does this. Chris Como did this to Joe Biden too, though. Who is it, Christina? Halo effect. Here we go. So today we're going to do the thematic apperception. Keep your board out because we're going to use them here in like 3 minutes. So you don't need to throw them on the floor. They're going to be used right away. It's my favorite projective test. This is also a projective test, so it's also testing your unconscious. It's on your study guide. Just fill it on your study guide. So your thematic apperception, also known as TAT, uses 20 ambiguous situations. So actually, people involved, you're going to see it's an actual thing. It's not like weird, like ink blots. I like them. You people get dark and twisted, so that's funny. I do enjoy that. I feel like death. I'm a little woozy from talking so much today, and I'm glaring at straight up Ella. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm going to be taking a shot of Dayquil here during lunch. It's pretty boss. So anyway, when we talk about projective tests, it's important to know that they are subjective. What that means is that what I'm seeing in the projective test, you may not see. Last Thursday, we were arguing what we saw. You people kept seeing like dogs and stuff. Were you the dog class? You're the bunny class. Oh yeah, the stupid chicken. Mona, did someone bring up Mona? That was another class. You people were weird. But that would be, yeah, someone kept seeing the chicken from Moana. I don't know why, but that's subjective. It would stand up there and they would be like, look, it's right there. And like if the bird got smushed into a plane of gas, that's what it would look like. I have no idea. The pig, whatever it is. Anyway, subjective means it varies between person to person. What I see, you may not see. Okay, what you see, I may see, but it's different because of our own personal experiences, our biases, and our preferences. Okay, so this is the biggest problem with it because it varies so openly. So it varies from person to person is what I would put on your application. It varies from person to person. That's what subjective is. It counts for both the Rorschach ink blot and the thematic apperception test. All right, are we ready? No. I feel like death. Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, NyQuil puts people to sleep.
I'm taking Dayquil.
I know, but what side does Dayquil have?
You don't feel like a person. You're like numb. In my brain, there's just no activity.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but I'm not like dripping like snot, so. It's Ella's fault. If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at Ella.
You see her taking Dayquil.
Are you taking Dayquil? You want Dayquil?
No, I'm not on anything.
Alright, here we go. So, same type of rules. You're going to explain who they are and why this is happening. Okay, you're going to explain who this is. You can't do it yet, people. Hello. It's words. Wait a second. You're going to explain who they are and why they're doing what they're doing. Okay, should be like a full sentence here. You ready? Do not talk. Just live. So who are they? Like how do they know each other? And what's going down? So write it out on your board and tell me about it. You've got 30 seconds. Just saying, a lot of your previous classes had a lot of relationship problems. Just gonna say it. You've got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Turn to someone and share what you see. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2. David, what'd you see?
I saw a dating couple, and
Is that how you look with your girlfriend? Like rage?
no, he just don't look.
What? Okay, go ahead.
It looks like someone just called his name from across the room while he's trying to talk to his girlfriend.
I didn't see it.
All right, Max.
So I said,
It looks like you look pissed. He looks pissed. No?
So I said like maybe they're an estranged couple and like the girlfriend or the wife is like trying to initiate like she wants like them to be together. And the dude, I didn't mean to use it in that context. I'm just saying in general she wants to resume the relationship and he's like kind of disillusioned. He's also got a pinup girl behind him, so maybe he's not as interested in her as he is.
I didn't even notice the venom girl. I've been looking at this for years. All right, here we go. What do you think, Morgan?
I thought they were married to not having a fight. And was like trying to walk away.
What do you think they're fighting over?
I don't. Maybe the pinup girl. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Abigail?
I think they're married, and I think that they're like having an argument.
About what? The dishes? It looks a little cranky for the dishes. All right, here we go. Same thing. Tell me who they are and what is going down. I don't know. Subjective. I would say young lady.
She looks amazing. Whatever.
Subjective. You got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Turn to someone new. Go.
Alright.
Ella, talk to Jackson. Ella,
I said it's a man.
Elisa, talk to JR. Five, 4, 3, 2. Alexis, what's going down?
I said that this is grandma and the grandson. He looks like he did something wrong. She's like disappointed.
Damn, my girl's got a guilty conscience over there. All right, Elijah, what do you see?
It looked like he took a casket, it's like paying for respects. Actually, I saw that too.
T, what do you see?
Oh, I pretty much saw the same thing for Alexis.
Okay, all right. What did you see, Patrick?
I do not know. I do not know.
An old lady looking off into the distance and a young man looking down. Makes you uncomfortable?
Subjective.
Or you said a young lady. That's really not a young lady.
I know, sweetie, but you're the one who asked if it was an older young lady.
That's such a cute puppy.
Alright, last one here. This is my favorite. Guys, because when we use projective tests, so Alexis said that the grandmother is disappointed in her grandson. And so that, to a psychoanalyst or a psychodynamic therapist, would be like, oh, Alexis got a guilty conscience. She's got a guilty conscience. Okay? That's exactly what it comes down to with the projective test, is trying to figure out what your unconscious is saying. The things you're seeing in the picture are things that your unconscious wants, unless you're really trying. So this is my favorite one. Don't say anything. Write it down for 30 seconds. Here we go. I want to see how many of you are really, truly evil.
Oh,
I don't think that, but tell me who they are, how do they know each other, and what's going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, turn and talk. Go.
She just murdered her husband.
Your emotional range here is very complex there, Jay.
I did like that she was like upset because like I didn't have like sick or she and so she could have just cheated.
5, 4, 3,
No, he doesn't.
2, 1. Christina, what do you see?
Okay, so the wife came back from like she was out with her friends like a book club or a tea party, and she found her husband
Oh, where did they go?
died of a drug overdose.
She's at the unit.
Drug overdose.
Jesus.
Poisoning.
Yes.
Why can't she go out with the girls? Why can't she have a girls' night out?
She came back.
From a book party?
That's a good time.
From a
came back.
cooking club.
And she found her husband in bed.
Oh my God.
She killed him with a gun.
What do we got? Max, what do you
So
say?
I said the husband has like self-destructive tendencies and like drinks himself to sleep every night, and she's fed up with it.
You're unconscious, man. It's got a lot of
I
guilt.
know.
A lot of vices, man. A lot of vices. All right, what do you see, Maya?
I saw a drunk husband that came home and died from alcohol poisoning, and the wife came home.
That takes years.
What? Who knows? You don't know how long he's been drinking.
All right. So these are projective tests. Hopefully you see that it gives you a little bit more insight. Some people kept seeing alcoholics. Your psychotherapist would be like, oh, alcoholism is clearly a thing for you. Those different types of things. That's the point of a projective test. All right, here we go. So direct observation. Don't we like the thematic better than the Warsash?
I did.
Over.
All right, so direct observation. These are when, have you ever been in a classroom where a teacher or an adult comes in and starts making notes in the back?
Yeah.
And it's not about the class, it's not a teacher evaluation, but they're just sitting there making notes. What it is a direct observation. It's done on students to try to figure out different tendencies and stuff like that. Typically, if you get diagnosed with ADHD at a young age, like I'm talking 1st through like 5th grade, they typically do a direct observation on you. At this point, they can have like a genuine conversation with you, being like, hey, are you having trouble focusing? Do you know? And they can have a conversation, which means they don't have to do a direct observation. When they do a direct observation, I've done multiple actually, they typically use a rating scale between 1 to 5. Which means you're on task or you're off task. Are you on task, you get a 5. If you're off task, you get a 1. And a 3 is you're kind of doing a little bit of both. You're not perfectly on task, but you're not totally off task either. 1 to 5 rating scale is going to be how effective you are in explaining yourself. It depends on what they're looking for. If they want to see how sociable you are, they can do a rating scale system on a scale of 1 to 5. How engaging is the conversation you're having with your peers? Stuff like that. They can do it on pretty much anything. Frequency count is how many times you actually do something. So I had to do frequency counts on all of my observations, and I had to track how many times the kid was off task. And then every time I did off task, I had to count how long they were off task for. So I had my phone out, and I was stopping the time every time they were off task, getting back on task, how long they were on task for, all that stuff. It's a lot of work. Frequency counts are literally your little hash marks. What I would write in your application box is 1, 2, 3, 4, cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross. It's your little tick marks. Do we not know what tick marks are?
The lines.
Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you cross it so you know you can easily count.
Those.
What do you call them?
Tally.
Tally markers.
Oh, we call them tick marks up north. Tick marks?
Tally.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're called tick marks. Weird. That makes sense. Yeah, cheese. Alright, are we good?
Wait.
So, it's just counting how many times you do it. So, like when I was in kindergarten, my kindergarten teacher kept telling me that big girls don't suck their thumbs. So she did a tally, a frequency count, how many times I put my thumb in my mouth, and then my mom beat the crap out of me. No more finger in my mouth. Like thumb in your mouth, sitting there sucking. Yeah, my mom still credits Miss Kane, that was her name, for breaking me of that.
God.
Is that repression?
No, that's anger.
Regression.
Nope. I'm not sitting here sucking my thumb. It can't be repression. All right, so we just went through your projective test. We just did direct observation, and now we're in our third type of assessment, which is our personality test. Okay, personality inventories are paper, pencil, computerized tests that consist of statements that inquire specific standardized responses. They're multiple choice questions, and that's what I would write in your application box as multiple choice questions. Okay, they're just your standardized tests. Have you ever taken those like Cosmo quizzes? Like, what type of kisser are you? And what's your dream? Like, take this quiz and we'll tell you what your dream vacation is. Huh? I love BuzzFeed, so I have nothing. If you say anything bad about my BuzzFeed, I'll fight you. I love BuzzFeed.
You taking the sassiness test?
I don't take the quizzes. The quizzes I have nothing to do with.
Then why do you go on it?
Their news articles are actually pretty good.
Fake news.
Yeah, they've won a couple Pulitzers prizes.
There's like probably 100% chance.
Yeah, their news articles are actually pretty good.
Were they excluded from the fake news words?
They were actually no. Trump made sure he included them
Yeah.
because it was BuzzFeed who posted the dossier. The Russian one that talked about him peeing on people. You've never.
Go in the shower.
BuzzFeed published the whole thing, all like 200 pages of it. Yeah, it's a proud moment. All right, and then we have, okay, so what I would like you to do for 2 seconds is I would like you to look at your focus. On your focus, you're going to see question number 3 is really a huge box. It says type of assessment. The Rorschach test is what type of assessment? Projective, so right, projective in that box. The thematic apperception test is what type of test? Projective, so right, projective. And then it goes to what? Direct observation is what type of assessment? It's behavioral. So we'll fill that in and we'll get to all this stuff. It's a behavioral test. The next one is rating scales is behavioral. And then frequency count is behavioral as well. So flip it over. Then you're going to see 16 PF. You're going to write personality inventory. Then you're going to draw a line down to, may I see for 2 seconds, MMPI 2. Do not do interview. Draw a line. Draw a line down to MMPI 2. Because they're all personality inventories. And stop at MMPI 2. Okay. Interviews. They're interviews. Like, it's not really it's an interview. So just leave the box. Like, put an X in the damn box. It's so stupid. And then next to interviews in that next column, we'll start from the top. All right, flip it back over. So, most likely to be used. Who uses Rorschach? And psychoanalytic. So, right, psychodynamic, psychoanalytic. Who uses a thematic apperception test? Psychoanalytic, psychodynamic, so write them down. Don't draw. No, you can write it twice. You can do it for personality test. I'll give it to you. Thematic apperception test is also used by psychoanalytic, psychodynamic because they're both projective tests. So, behaviorists are going to use direct observation. That makes the most sense, correct? So, write behaviorists.
Direct observation.
For direct observation, rating scales, and frequency counts. Huh?
Oh, and so.
No, just behaviorists. Who cares about those people? Flip it over. You're 16 MPF, right, Maddie? She's super into it. Can't wait to text all of her friends about it. She's really down for it. Is trait theorists. And then you can draw a line all the way down to the same spot. Just like MMPI 2. And then interviews, everyone uses them. So write in the box, everyone.
So it just went, since you've done direct observation, were you in behavior?
I would technically fall into it. However, we use, most therapists today use the all approach, where we use a little bit of everything to kind of figure out the best diagnosis. But I'm not practicing, so it doesn't matter. All right, flip it over. Okay, so go back to your study guide. We're going to fill in a little bit more there, and we'll start filling in that tomorrow. All right, what? Sure, you're missing a bunch, but that's fine. All right, so your personality inventory is paper, pencil. It's multiple choice. The first one is NeoPi, and it's based on the 5-factor model. Who can raise your hand and tell me what is the nice little, what is that called? Acronym, yes, thank you. All right, in your application, I would write OCEAN as an acronym, and then we're going to fill it in. OCEAN, O stands for openness. C stands for conscientiousness. E stands for extroversion. A stands for agreeableness, and N stands for neuroticism. So I would write that down because you're going to see it on your test. OCEAN, openness, conscientiousness. E stands for extroversion. A stands for agreeableness, and N stands for neuroticism. That's what I would be writing for your OCEAN. And that's NeoPi. We'll come back to these. The Myers-Briggs is based on Carl Jung's theory of personality type. And for your application for MBTI, which is on your study guide, I would write out Myers-Briggs type indicator. We're going to fill a lot more information in on your focus tomorrow, but I would know that it stands for Myers-Briggs type indicator. And then your next one is your MMPI-2, which is towards the bottom of your study guide. And that is designed to detect abnormal personalities. And this is the most scientifically proven correct. So if you wanted to know if you had bipolar disorder, multiple personality disorder, if you wanted to know if you had depersonalization disorder, you would take this test. If you had a personality disorder like bipolar, depersonalization, multi-personality, you would take this test, and it is the most scientifically reliable test. We'll get into more details tomorrow. Minnesota, multifastic. We'll get it tomorrow. But it's Minnesota multifastic. Myers-Briggs. MBTI is Myers-Briggs type indicator. It's up on the front, man. NeoPi and Myers-Briggs type indicator. All right, we ready? Let's do it. So, you can, do you care about personality tests? So I'll post a link. Now, the ones you take online are not going to be the ones you take with a psychiatrist or a psychologist. Like, we get that, right? You pay for what you get. If you don't pay, you ain't getting what you think you are. So I can post a couple links that have some pretty accurate ones, as in, like, yeah, they're not the worst, but they're definitely not the best. I'll post a couple links of those today during lunch on the internet. It's important to understand if you take one on the internet, it's not equal in quality to one you actually sit there and pay for. I've had to administer the MMPI, and it takes about 2.5 hours to test. So if you take one that takes 15 minutes, is it nearly as accurate? No. Okay? So, it is also important that when you take a test like this, that it's going to be based with an interview, and that's how they actually tie the two results and your actual test scores together. It's not just a score. Okay, so MMPI. How much time do I have? Okay, I don't want to get too much further because I don't want to get ahead of everyone else. Is that okay with you?